catapult has failed me once again. Okay, yeah. Catapult. Catapult didn't fail me? Cause Zeus is dumb. Is that what just happened? What's up, guys? We're back today with totally accurate battle simulator. Don't all go through the door. And we're picking up where we left off last time, where we were taking on... You're not moving. Maybe that'll help me. But we're back with the episode where we have the ballista in the background, and oh my god, that is noisy. And apparently Grimm's gonna take on the ballista all by himself, which is a horrible idea. Yeah, but we have this whole army of, like... Yeah. And that death decided to get stuck in the wall. He's doing pretty good, though. He was doing pretty good. I think if the other Grimm hadn't have abandoned him, we might have done better. So maybe let's try that again. And maybe get him unstuck from the wall? There we go. Let's try that again. Let's see what happens this time. Everyone goes for the door, which is never good because there's a ballista that missed everyone. Okay, that Grimm is gonna diverge and go his own way. The other Grimm's gonna help him out though, which might kind of help. Maybe. Yeah, I don't think Grimm... Oh my god, there's another ballista down there. Is there another... Oh my god, there's another ballista over there. It's not going good. They ignored the ballista. Okay, yep, So when Grimm dies, he pretty much makes like a black hole that destroys everything around him, including his own units. So I think we're gonna get rid of Grimm. Maybe we'll throw in 2 sword casters to give us a little bit more ranged. And a couple vampires would help a lot. Because they can just go dogpile units. We'll throw in a couple more warriors just to fill in our ranks. That might help out a little bit better. Maybe quantity over quality might help. Especially if the vampires can just get on that ballista down there. And then maybe come back to help out over here where we have our one sword mage holding back a tide. Where'd the other sword mage go? Apparently the other sword mage died. And so far our units are not doing good. Seriously, where'd the other sword mage go? I have one that died over here. Oh, he died right there. No, wait, that was that one. What? Oh, there he is. Okay. Huh. So what if we just do like a legion of vampires and archers to back them up? Because then hopefully they can just take out one whole group and then move on to another group? And go the long way. There was groups down that alley too? Okay, well we still have a couple skeleton warriors. That one went after the ballista, which is good. We're just dogpiling units left and right. I don't know where we're running off to, but we're doing something. Okay, now we're coming back. And now off to that ballista. Don't turn into vampires right in front of the ballista, please. And we just have one ballista left and 2 vampires sucking sap out of a tree. I think that's how that works, right? You guys are really slowly... Oh, there's a guy stuck behind the ballista, so you can't get to him. You're struggling. I get it. Can you just get on him? Please get on him. Just... The 2 of you left. Maybe if we slightly better divide our units, maybe they won't all run for the front lines. They're all gonna run for the front lines. Okay. And that ballista just took out one of their own guys, which kind of helps me out. I lost the giant pile of vampires. The giant pile of vampires I thought died. Okay, there was a good number of vampires that died in that siege. But we are doing good. It looks like we took out a ballista. We got one more over there, and that time we knocked them out with vampires to spare. I kind of had a feeling that was going to work, just weird. Another freaking ballista. This one is called Temple. We have a few Zeusai up there. Hold on, what is that? Is that a secret unit? Nope, just a random scroll. Okay. We're kind of suspicious. So we have a few Zeusai on the stairs. And then we have units kind of guarding them. And units and a ballista off to each side. Okay. So I'm thinking we put a couple little units off to the sides to take on the ballista and a few guys over there. I forget what they're freaking called. Hoplites. So I got a couple skeleton warriors and a few vampires to see if they can at least dogpile on there, get rid of the ballista. And then our main force will go up against their main force guarding Zeus, which are a couple skeletal warriors, a couple vampires, a few sword mages, a catapult, and Reaper, who is taking a lot of lightning bolts. He might not get close to Zeus. But if he does get close to Zeus and blows up, he then turns into a black hole. That took out Zeus, which kind of helps. And then the rest of my units now need to just move around. Can you throw something at him, please, catapult? Or not? The catapult has failed me once again. Okay, yeah. Catapult. Catapult didn't fail me? Cause Zeus is dumb. Is that what just happened? I think that's what just happened. We're gonna call it. And now we need to break out of a circle of pikemen or spearmen. I don't remember. I really just want to use a bunch of vampires again. But I'm thinking we use a couple skeleton warriors and the Reaper. Because the Reaper can just pick them off until his tentacles get full. And then if they kill him, he's going to do a mass amount of damage. But they killed all my other units first, so that didn't really help me. So what if we throw in a couple sword throwers and a few units to keep everyone at bay, and then our sword throwers can, our sword mages can just pick them off? It's working so far. They're running away. The skeleton warriors scare them. I remember now. Yeah, okay, that worked. Berserker pile. So we have berserkers that are going to do their dog pile tactic on us, and then we have 3 Jarls in the background to deal with. This one, I really want to see if Grim can do something for me. And I'm thinking maybe we throw in a sword caster as well, and then just line up with a bunch of skeletal warriors to take the brunt of the force, right? And maybe hopefully scare some units off. So hopefully the dog pile jumps completely over all my skeletal warriors, and Grim just gets his grubby little hands on a few berserkers. And my sword mage has fallen already by the looks of it. Yeah, there he is. Grim is doing good so far. He definitely needs to put down some units though. I don't think he can pick up a Jarl. I think they're too big, but he can definitely just knock their butts on the floor. Interesting. And my skeletal warriors aren't going to do much of anything, but fall apart into a pile of bones. I had one left. So what if we change the sword mage out for a couple candle heads? I still want to leave Reaper in there for Grim. It does look like he does pretty good against the berserkers. It's just the Jarls that he has his scythe behind his back. He does do a good amount of damage when he dissipates, which does help. But then I have 2 Jarls to deal with afterwards, which 3 Jarls. The 3rd Jarl wasn't down. He was just stuck on the other Jarl. Yay. You know what? I didn't want to do this. I did not want to do this. But you guys are leaving me no choice. Here's a bunch of vampires and 1 skeleton warrior. This is going to be complete and utter chaos, because the vampires are just going to dogpile everything until they die. And hopefully that does it in for the Jarl. I really do not want to throw vampires at them. It seems like they are the solution to every problem. And I really just did not want to deal with them. Okay, they were not the solution to every problem. It looks like we at least had 2 Jarls still alive. What if instead of just a bunch of vampires, we throw Grim in there with vampires as backup? Because they're just going to go dogpile a bunch of units, then Grim will try to get in there and do some damage. He is going to blow up and cause damage to everyone, unless he hit hard. He just flings Jarls. Okay, so he did die. And we only had 1 vampire left. Okay. So, since the Berserker's dogpile, what if we put the vampires in the middle? And we put Grim on the outside border of everything, so he can get in on the Jarl sooner and get some damage in before the vampires show up. Although I think the problem is Grim also hits the vampires. But that don't matter, because Grim just took the life of that Jarl and made him do the splits on the ice. And what looks like a dab. No, not really a dab. And this vampire is just impressed. And apparently the Jarls have gotten so tired of our stuff that they brought the boats to the fight. So what if we give them a couple catapults? They failed me every time except for last time. So I don't know how well this is gonna work, but we'll give it a try. So we're gonna send some skeletal warriors up front, take the brunt of the impact. We then have some archers, our sword mages, and then some catapults to do some damage. The problem is, the catapults do take a hot minute to... Oh, they have ice archers. I forgot about those. The catapults do take a while to reload and reshoot, but they can hit a good chunk of units all at once. I just don't know if they're going to have enough life to hit all of the archers, especially with bouncing pumpkins that can be kind of unpredictable. Alright, so let's take 2 of the catapults out. We'll throw in some vampires and we'll spread out our skeletal warrior army a little bit more. So hopefully by the time they throw the boats, we can still have some ground forces on the ground. So the sword mages and the catapult and our archers can pick some more enemies off before they just get overwhelmed by ground forces and frozen to death. Really, catapult, I think you missed every single one of them. So far, my archers and sword mages are taking all of the impact, everything, and my catapult has not hit a single thing. Okay, catapult, you're going away. You're going away, catapult. You did one good thing, and that was it. So let's take the catapult out, and we'll give ourselves one more sword mage and see if that is enough firepower to take all these enemies out. The only good part with the catapult was the catapult did do a good amount of damage to all the ground forces that were huddled. But once we got back to this weird line, he was struggling at making contact with the really short line, single file. So now we do have some ground units still going in. Hopefully they can get further enough ahead that they take some of the fire from our ranged units. And our ranged units can just keep hitting all of their ranged units. I don't have many ranged units left. I'm thinking range might be what we need here. Alright, I moved stuff around. I got our vampires closer up front, so hopefully they can trigger the boats being thrown before our skeletal warriors get in close. So the skeletal warriors can scare units and do some damage. I took out one of the sword mages, put in some candle heads, a few more archers, and just a couple more of skeletal warriors. So hopefully we can just pile through their ground forces, and then we have a good chunk of forces left to take out their ranged units, is what I'm hoping. So far, this tactic has not worked, so wow, the candle guys have to get really close to hit them. That doesn't help me. I need a lot of archers then that can shoot from a distance and just have smaller units take the brunt of their fire. Oh, we got this. We got this. You guys are doing amazing. Just keep blocking all of their ice arrows. Yes. Oh no. Now we've made it to the samurai faction. So we have some monks, firework archers, a lot of firework archers. We have the Monkey King, a couple ninjas, and a lot of monks. Monks can hit hard. And their firework archers can send things into space. So what I'm thinking is we do a Reaper. We give them a couple vampires. We'll send the vampires off up here. And down here. Some skeletal warriors as our main ground force. The plan is they can't make it to us, get to our ground forces, if we have enough distractions that get thrown into space with arrows. And hopefully we don't walk into the pit. I'm kind of hoping our archers will stay further behind and pick stuff off, but I kind of forgot how many archers they also have. And it looks like the moment the fireworks go off, the skeletons just blow up. On top of that, the monks are too big for the Reaper to pick up, and he has just become a pincushion. Okay. New strategy. We're going to throw in some more vampires, a couple more archers, a few candle heads, and a catapult. And I move these sword archers off to the sides, so hopefully they can just hit units before they get in our way off on the sides. So far, there's a lot of stuff flying around, and I don't know what's going on. I do have a mass lump of units in the middle. Hopefully my catapult can turn and hit that. But he is occupied with the Monkey King that is drowning. So that might not work in my favor. Maybe if I got something that hit a little bit faster than a catapult. What were you shooting at? Never mind. Okay, let's take the catapult out and put in one more sword archer, or mage, I guess. I keep trying to name him anything that is a ranged unit except for a mage, and see if he does maybe a little better. The only issue is he likes to get right in on the enemies, so then he gets hit by fireworks, which doesn't help me out all that much. Stop hitting the Monkey King, he's drowning. Just leave him. Hit the other units. Or not. And I have a sword mage up there that is doing something dumb. Alright, since the sword mage likes to be up close, let's just put the sword mage up on the front lines and see what he does then. Maybe he'll get in more hits? I don't know. I don't think the Monkey King is... Okay, there's the Monkey King. So he's going to turn all of his attention on the Monkey King, which I think is what got him killed. Okay. And there goes another sword mage into space. And then the Monkey King's going to pile drive him. So sword mages do pretty well. It's just they need some sort of unit to help them. And he fell right in that hole. What is still alive right now? There's a sword mage stuck under the bridge. And I'm assuming since you float, you can't drown? I have no clue what hit you. Alright, new strategy. We're just gonna go 4 sword mages, a bunch of skeletal warriors that will hopefully take off some of the burden, and a good number of archers, and hopefully the archers can just back up enough units and hit stuff from far enough behind that the Monkey King doesn't get to them and immediately wipe them out. Yes, that thing that happened. And there goes my sword mages. Must suck to be a sword mage that once you die and lose your casting ability, you stab yourself. And we have a few archers left taking out the masses. I don't think this is going to work for us. We had them down to 4 units, though. That is better than what we have done. Interesting. Okay, we're going to spread out our sword mages and a couple of our skeletal warriors. See if maybe that helps us out a little bit. I don't think it's going to. Especially when all of my skeletal warriors get a hit by one set of firework arrows. But my side units have already gone through their stuff and are on their way moving down. I don't see the Monkey King. So we either already, there went a sword mage. We already either killed the Monkey King or the Monkey King fell in the hole, like our sword mage did. Mr. Monkey King? Where did you go? What happened? Was that a fluke? So I have scanned over the corpses on the battlefield. I don't see a Monkey King anywhere. So... is that the Monkey King? You're not the Monkey King. What the heck are you? Is that what the monks look like? I didn't realize they had masks on their face. Interesting. Huh. Well, I don't see the Monkey King, so he must have either fallen in the hole and... oh my god, I'm stuck inside the building. I didn't know I could do that. The Monkey King either fell in the hole or fell in the river. So I'm gonna say we had a lucky break there, and we're gonna move on. Which then takes us into the Renaissance faction. On line of fire, that is a lot of musketeers. Hey musketeers, can you hit vampires while they're flying at you as as bats? And then we'll get some archers back here. Maybe a couple candleheads as sort of mid-ranged front units. Some skeletal warriors. And you know what? I bet you the Renaissance doesn't know anything about magic, so we'll throw in a couple more sword mages and a few more skeletal warriors, and our vampires will fly and just get in there, and then we'll start hitting them with the old fire arrows and swords. Bet you didn't expect swords to come flying at you. What the heck happened to that guy? So the musketeers can, in fact, just pick everything off with one round of fire. Got it. I was really hoping I was going to be able to get one more win in before I had to call it a day, but I think we're going to have to pick up here next time. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like on it. If you're not a subscriber and you like watching my stuff, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you know when I upload more stuff. But if there's any other games you want to see, leave those down in the comments. I'll try to get to them when I have free time. And with that, I think I'm going to leave you guys with a horde of vampires trying to take out these units. Bye! Couple of views. Vampires weren't supposed to win. They were just supposed to be a bunch of casualties to musketeers. Why is the answer to everything vampires? I guess we're picking up with whatever the next round is next time. Bye.